Hi, I'm Daniel Healy from Caton Technology, and today I would like to invite our partner, Costa Nikols, Head of Global Sales for Grass Valley. Yes.
Oh, it's even better when you turn the microphone on. So thank you for having me here today, Daniel. It's really pleased to be on the Caton stand and see exactly how the solution that we're licensing to is integrated. So that's great.
Yes, and it's obviously been quite a few years. We're back in IBC 3 years later, and when it comes to Grass Valley, obviously as a leader here in the media market, what are you seeing from the IBC that's really stuck out for Grass Valley and especially for AM?
Well, the interesting thing, so AMP, for those who are not familiar with it, it stands for Agile Media Processing Platform. It really is a tool that allowed Grass Valley to take a lot of the applications and solutions that were, really these boxes that were in equipment room to be virtualized into workflows and applications that run on the cloud. So not just for play out or not just for media asset management, but with the ability to do multiple flows, synchronized time in a production environment, which is really the magic one, right? Because now we can switch a show as if it was on a Grass Valley switcher with no latency, really, really super low latency, and reproduce the kind of production environment, whether your technical director is in New York, with your production team in Chicago, with your graphics design and audio guys being in Miami. So it really allows for globalized production and remote production. And coming back to the question that you asked, well, what have we seen as a trend? I mean, really, we've been away from IBC for 3 years now. COVID really knocked us out.
Yeah.
And, the show must go on. So our customers, which is really the media and entertainment industry, found ways of working with solutions to do remote production. And that was the first step, was taking sources that effectively would have been in their facilities or in their studios and send them out to their operators and their technical directors who are working in their homes, working remotely, and all kinds of, and you hear all about this wonderful remote production stories. But it was really encoders, decoders tied to equipment that was already in a facility. And what was given birth was the need of having real processing in the cloud or dispersed as opposed to running within equipment so that you can minimize latency, you can maximize flexibility, and you can actually take on more production and projects that would have cost millions of dollars to set up. So you could really take risks and say, well, we're going to do a new show, we're going to do it tomorrow. If it's successful, great. If it's not successful, we'll move on to something else. So walking around the show floor, I not only have customers coming and saying, hey, we're really adopting cloud workflows a lot more than we were before. I think something like 63% of broadcasters are now working on the cloud in some context. But other vendors are also jumping on board and wanting to build solutions that are going to work with Grass Valley and other vendors, and whether in our alliance program or not, but to work together in the same way that you used to take a feed with SDI and put it in one device to another device and work with a common protocol. So now we have an ecosystem that is actually built around flexibility, elasticity, cloud production, and of course, interoperability between vendors.
And speaking of that, the interoperability and the connectivity, that's where we joined the MU Alliance. Absolutely. Caton as a partner for connectivity. I think it would be interesting to hear your opinion about what can we do for you.
And I would say an ideal part of connectivity, because remember I started off my monologue really when we allow for live production, for multiple streams to come into the processing platform, to be synchronized and switched as if it was in a piece of equipment that was in the back room. Now, because these sources are coming from whether it's all over a country, all over a region, or from around the globe, having a partner that has a networking management system that can actually allow for, first of all, monitoring all the different flows that come in, offer a level of protection against any kind of fault that may happen, and then tying in directly into our environment is fantastic. So really the Caton network monitoring system is a perfect addition to the app platform, and I think this is where we can show benefit to individual customers.
So speaking of that flexibility and adaptation, as you've seen over here, we have some new things coming out, a multi-pathing service capability in our
Which is incredible, by the way.
yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, it's fantastic, right? So we see from an emerging market capability, we're bringing on new customers for AMPP. Where do you see something like a multi-pathing or the NDI gateway fitting into a
Well, firstly, the NDI gateway is that's an easy description because we support NDI workflows directly in app, and NDI is really facilitates the kind of production and the integration of different types of flows into the platform that we use for audio, video, control, right? So that's great. Then as far as the multi-path, again, being able to take a flow, separate it into multiple different paths in case there's any jitter, failure, even physical latency, you can maximize the quality and minimize the latency, like you said, in any production. So it has a huge value, especially when you're dealing with remote productions where you don't know exactly what path your stream is going to take. That's handled by the telcos.
That's right. Really appreciate you being here today. It's fantastic. I know you're super busy.
It's a trade show. We're all running around and trying to make meetings, but I did want to say thank you. Grass Valley has really benefited from the relation with Caton, and I think that the sum of the parts is greater than the whole, and
Exactly.
it's wonderful. It's a wonderful alliance that we have.
And looking forward to be super busy together.
Oh, no way.